I am 23 years old, a girl. I've been unemployed at home for almost 2 years since graduating from vocational school. It has been hard to find work these past 2 years. I've worked 3 jobs, once in a factory and twice in Seoul, called companies. None of them lasted long. The 2 jobs at the companies ended in failure. They offered me a salary of 2,000 yuan with no upper limit, but I didn't to receive a single penny, wasting several days of my time. I was selling cosmetics that were impossible to sell, and some so-called new detergent products that weren't selling either. After all this back and forth, I'll just stay idle, helping out at the family, small grocery store, taking my own pocket money when I want, and occasionally surfing the internet, chatting, and venting. I've met quite a few internet addicts, and life was pretty comfortable. But this afternoon, my mother's words severely wounded my pride. At lunch, my mother and the others were talking about my brother. His administrative unit is severely overstaffed, and no one is willing to resign voluntarily. So, we decided to take turns being laid off for 6 months each. This time, it was my older brother's turn. He is only 29, and after graduating from university and working for a while, he is young, strong, experienced, knowledgeable, and eager to contribute. Suddenly being idle is unbearable for him. He is extremely unhappy. I was listening intently, but somehow the conversation drifted to me. The family shop was going to be given to my brother, and to make matters worse, they brought up my most irritating topic, marriage. I couldn't help but fly into a rage. My happy mood vanished, and I started yelling and screaming in anger.
2. My business is none of your concern. I don't want this shabby shop. I wouldn't even look at a shop like this. Give me 10,000 yuan, and I'll open my own small shop, and promise I won't bother you again.
The older brother's face turned ashen. He stood up as if to say something, but the father grabbed him and said,
Xiaoyan isn't young anymore. It is time for her to go out and try her luck. Xiaogan can easily go out. He is just on a 6-month rotation and still gets paid. To avoid gossip, let him stay home and look after the shop. That is decided.
Dad continued.
Give Xiaoyan 20,000 yuan and let her open her own small shop. Then Dad glared at me and said, Yanzi, this is a serious matter. Don't blame us later. If you can make a living and lose everything, you'd better prepare to get married.
I don't know if Dad was serious or just trying to put pressure on me to do things properly and not take it lightly. But I still felt a pang of anxiety. I don't want to marry just anyone. I tossed my head back and said confidently,
Don't worry. You just wait and see.
Even so, I was still terrified. I couldn't afford to lose the money my parents had worked so hard to save. Otherwise, I'd never be able to hold my head high in front of them again. So I acted quickly, calling my best friend, Lanzi, also known as Ji Shaolin. She almost benefited from being associated with a celebrity, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Like me, she was a fool stuck at home, stuck in jail, neither high-achieving nor low-achieving. We'd been friends since childhood, even attending the same vocational school. Our misfortunes were pretty much the same. She came out as soon as I called. I told her my idea, and she was overjoyed, though she still pretended to be excited.
Sai, I told you a long time ago, that little shop at home isn't yours. My sister and I should just open one ourselves. But you were too lazy, and you were afraid of working in the field for too long. Well, now you've got what is coming to you, haven't you?
So, Lanzi, are you going to join or not? I'm too timid to handle this alone without you by my side.
I begged her.
I'm in a very critical situation now. If you don't help me, no one else will.
I feigned distress to gain her sympathy. Actually, I knew she had this idea all along. I was just teasing her on purpose.
Oh, this one.
She pretended to think, so I kissed her under the armpit. She laughed and ran away, shouting.
All right, let's go.
After nearly a week of investigation, we decided that it would be better to sell small general merchandise. Clothing is too seasonal and prone to overstocking. The food business is too tiring, so we decided to sell general merchandise. Actually, we had a clever idea. If we couldn't sell everything, we could resell it all to my family's shop. That way we'd be completely safe. Lonzi praised me for my good idea. It was a small shop near the bus station. The storefront wasn't big. It was converted from the ground floor of an old residential building. There was a large bedroom inside, big enough for someone to live in. Lonzi and I were extremely satisfied. We dialed the number posted on the roller shutter door. The reply came back that it was a property under the county's materials company, and we needed to come in person to discuss it. Lonzi and I went. The office wasn't big. A middle-aged man surnamed Wu, with a slightly balding head and a healthy, ruddy complexion, greeted us. We explained our purpose. He glanced at us and said,
"The house has 2 rooms, front and back, and the monthly rent is 700 yuan, not a penny less. You need to pay 6 months rent up front before you rent it. We sign the contract, and it will take effect immediately."
His tone was very straightforward, which showed that he was a very capable person in charge of the unit.
We are 2 young women and unemployed people in the city. Section Chief Wu, could you give us a lower price? We've never done this before, and we're worried about losing money.
Xiaolan was very good at evoking sympathy. Her voice, even I was moved for a moment. The middle-aged man glanced at the 2 of us, sighed.
Sigh. All right. 550 yuan. That is the lowest I can go.
His expression was serious, not like he was just bluffing.
Wow, Section Chief Wu, you're so kind.
Couldn't help but jump up. He actually lowered the monthly rent by 150 yuan. That is great, Xiaolan chimed in.
No, we're just selling small general merchandise to make ends meet.
All right, it is rented to you.
Section Chief Wu took out 2 copies of the contract from the drawer. We filled them out immediately and were done. To be honest, we were afraid that some richer out-of-town boss would rent it to us. Whoosh! We unlocked the roller shutter door with our keys. How did we get back? This was the ground floor of a 7-story building. Why did it feel so dark inside, especially the walls? Although it was clear that it had been recently plastered, the traces of smoke were still undeniable. The lights were old-fashioned incandescent bulbs, dim and flickering. Lonzi frowned and said,
Tomorrow we have to spend money to hire someone to renovate. We need 3 layers of imitation white porcelain. Otherwise, how will we attract people to come in, let alone live here?
Nodded in agreement, and looking up, I vaguely saw some writing on the wall.
Higher there, words there, Lanzi.
Went closer and saw that it vaguely said, "I will make unable to be good." The writing had a fierce, forceful quality, as if it contained a lot of resentment. I turned to look at Lonzi, who was muttering about the size of the area and how much the renovation would cost. She completely ignored the words on the wall. Those words seemed to be written in red. Below them was a long passage of text, as if someone had scraped off a large piece of it. There was a clearly visible dent. I had no opinion on the renovation. It was all up to Lonzi. She made all the arrangements. and I just followed along, watching how the renovation workers skillfully refurbished the place. They transformed an old dark house, making each day of the 3-day project different. On the last day, wow, it looked like a brand new house. A bright, open space. The lights had been replaced with fluorescent lights.
Lanza, you're amazing.
Said it sincerely. Lanzi shook her head.
We've spent nearly 5,000 yuan, Sai. We haven't earned a single penny yet, and we've already spent so much. Starting a business is really tough. I hope things will get better for us.
That is for sure. I'm confident.
I told her that in a house like this, in such a prime location, I had complete confidence. After that came the sourcing of goods, obtaining permits, dealing with the Industry and Commerce Bureau, the Tax Bureau, the police. Sigh, I never imagined opening a shop would involve so much. I thought it would just be renting a place. After the busy days came a desolate scene. For 3 days in a row, unbelievably, we only sold 1 bag of candy to a little fat boy. We only earned 10 yuan. At night, Xiaolan and I were frowning.
How could this be? Today is Saturday.
I don't understand either. Should we also make an offering to the god of wealth? If it really works, then make an offering. We'll burn incense for him every morning and evening.
Used to be a skeptic, but now I am starting to waver because of reality. Bang, bang, bang. Just then, the door rang loudly. I looked at the alarm clock on the bed. It was 9:44.
Oh, is it?
Iolan and I got out of bed to open the door.
Who is it?
Before opening the door, Xiaolan asked warily.
I'm here to buy something. Please open the door!
It was a woman's voice. We were relieved. Besides, we were located near a busy train station. Surely no one would dare to rob us. Or rather, such a small department store wasn't worth the trouble. Whoosh! The door opened and a woman in white stood outside. She wasn't old, probably not even 30, very pretty, but her face was pale. She said, softly.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you. I'd like to buy something.
Not at all. It is all right. It is rare to have customers. We're overjoyed.
Yes, it is all right. What do you need? I'll find it for you.
Her body swayed in suddenly. Then, she bent down to pick up the various food items piled high in front. She carried quite a lot. 3 large bags and 3 bottles of wine. I calculated the bill, and it came to 388 yuan. I told her, but she didn't say a word. She took out a wad of cash from her pocket, randomly pulled out 4 bills, placed them on the counter, said, "Keep the change," and turned to leave. Xiaolan hurriedly called out,
Please wait a moment.
and she took out a money counter and checked each bill one by one. I thought to myself, she is so meticulous. At this moment, the young woman had a cold smile on her lips. We just didn't see it.
All right. Here is your change. Welcome back next time.
Xiaolan handed her 12 yuan, smiling sincerely at her. Lanzi really knows how to handle people. The woman took the change and quickly ran towards a black sedan parked across the street. Lanzi and I watched her leave. The driver was a young man, also pale-faced, and there seemed to be an older man who looked like an official. Whoosh! The car started, and a puff of smoke disappeared. This high-end imported sedan really performs well. Lanzi and I stared blankly as the car disappeared into the darkness.
Wow, we've made some money.
Lanzi and I looked at each other and burst into laughter. Strangely enough, ever since that woman came, we had business almost every day, and a pleasant week passed. Before we knew it, it was Saturday again. It was at that time, 9:44 p.m. after we closed, that the door slammed shut. Lanzi and I exchanged a glance, then curiously went to the door and asked. Just like last time, it was that woman's voice. The door opened, and the woman stared directly at us, her eyes revealing a strange blue light. She said softly,
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to buy something.
She said the same thing as last time. Then, just like last time, she picked up some things. The items were different, but the price was still 388 yuan. This time, we didn't check the money or give her change. She turned and ran across the street. This time, a man around 50 years old got out and opened the door for her. After she got in the car, the older man suddenly looked up and smiled at us. His teeth were long and white, and his mouth was full of blood. Ah, I exclaimed in surprise and took a step back. Xiaolan was busy settling today. Accounts and didn't see it. Hearing my exclamation, she casually asked,
What is wrong?
Nothing. I probably spent too much time online last night, and my eyes are blurry. I hope she won't come next time.
What are you saying?
Lanzi said to me reproachfully.
Yanzi, we can't run a shop without causing trouble, especially since this woman always makes our business better after she comes. Besides, she buys so much stuff and doesn't even ask for change.
Okay, my dear Manager Lan. You're right. I'll listen to you, all right.
I said this jokingly to Lanzi, but deep down, I still had an inexplicable sense of fear. I just hoped she wouldn't come next time. Sure enough, she didn't come for the third week, but our business became extremely bad. We only sold one bag of candy again, and it was that chubby boy who bought it. It was really strange, so we couldn't help but hope she would come again. So, we didn't sleep on the weekend, and we didn't even lock the door, deliberately waiting for them to come. Time moved forward little by little. At 1:44, a black car emerged from the darkness at the other end of the street right on time. She wasn't surprised we hadn't. T closed the door and busied herself picking up a huge pile of things. This time, she only picked the expensive items, good cigarettes and alcohol. She ended up buying over 1880 yuan worth of goods. We couldn't help but suspect that public funds were being used, but she didn't ask for an invoice. To thank her for patronizing our business, Xiaolan specifically asked her,
Do you want an invoice?
An invoice? What would I need it for? Do you think I can get reimbursed over there?
After saying that, she called over the young man driving, and the two of them left with the goods. I noticed a worried look on the young man's face, as if he was afraid something might happen. Suddenly, the car door opened. I thought I saw a man tied up in the back seat, but the door closed immediately, and I couldn't see clearly. We didn't sleep inside, because we needed to tally up the total income for the past 3 months. Xiaolan took out the cash box, and we started counting. But then Xiaolan suddenly cried out.
What kind of money is this?
Her face was filled with terror. In her hand, she held 4 ghost money bills, the image of the Jade Emperor printed on them, bearing a solemn yet sinister smile.
Ghost money? Oh my God! Throw it away!
On further inspection of the money box, there were 12 bills in total. We took them out and threw them aside in horror. Xiaolan and I faced each other, panting heavily. I was so frightened that I suddenly hugged Xiaolan and cried.
Mom, we've encountered a ghost!
Even the usually brave Xiaolan was speechless at this moment. Her face had turned blue, But the strange things weren't over yet. After a while, she touched the money box and was horrified to see 3 neatly stacked stacks of brand new money at the bottom. We counted them with trembling hands, and each stack contained 10,000 yuan. What was going on? That night, we spent it in fear, tinged with joy, but mostly submerged in terror. Finally, Xiaolan said to me, "Let's take these ghost money bills to the god of wealth and burn them." I was speechless. Then we respectfully brought out the god of wealth statue and placed it in the main hall before his throne. With unprecedented devotion, we lit the 12 bills. Then, a strange thing happened. In the rising smoke, we saw blood-red characters written on the wall below. "Zhao Zhangyuan, I want you to die with us. You swindled me out of everything. The 30,000 yuan you owe me for bringing people to my restaurant, I'll make you pay with your blood. Today is your death day, and also the death day of this cowardly, heartless man. Drink up! Let's see who can hold their liquor the longest. After tonight, I'll take you to the underworld to drink. Drink up. I, Shoufeng, have been played by you all. I've given so much, but in the end, I got nothing. I want you all to die with me." Seemed to see an evil soul cursing something with blood. Scene after scene replays before us. A group of corrupt officials are indulging in unrestrained feasting. This time, Lanzi could take it anymore, and we both collapsed to the ground. Around dawn, we struggled to run out. We didn't even close the door. Later, my brother intervened, quickly sold the shop, recovered some of the money, and salvaged a significant portion of the losses. Who was Zhao Zhangyuan? He was a notorious corrupt official who died not long ago in this city. He was the former president of the Agricultural Bank of China. It is said he was bound and burned alive in a room with a woman. That night, he went to meet the female owner of a restaurant. Later, he was locked in a room from the inside and burned alive. The police investigation revealed that the woman had first plied him with alcohol and then set him on fire. 3 bodies were found in the tragedy. Based on the key hanging on the body, another body belonged to the driver, but how the driver got involved remains a mystery. At the time, there was 30,000 yuan missing from the agricultural bank's accounts. It is estimated that the corrupt Zhao Zhangyuan gave it to the woman, and she, thinking he was trying to renegade on the debt, didn't he know he had paid her back in cash, so she killed him. That is the story. But what happened to the young driver remains a mystery. Needless to say, the place we rented was the very same haunted shop where someone had died. My first foray into business resulted in a loss of over 10,000 yuan for my family, and Lanzi suffered the same fate. We spent over 5,000 yuan just on renovations, and lacking market knowledge, we ended up buying over 20,000 yuan worth of unsold inventory. We were terrified when we sold it. Rumors of ghost stories had spread throughout the area. We ended up with a Sichuanese man from out of town, fleeing for his livelihood, and he took advantage of our greed, selling us all the inventory for 5,000 yuan. As for the 30,000 yuan in cash, we dared not use it, nor deposit it in the bank. One day, Lanzi and I discussed it and buried the money box under a flower bed. No one in the family knew about the 30,000 yuan, not even my brother. Lanzi and I agreed not to tell anyone. One day, Lanzi came to me, hesitantly saying,
"Yanzi, if we ever can make a living in this world, let's take it out and use it, okay?"
Female lead. Okay, I agree. If you dare, we'll use it.
No wonder some people say that shops where someone has died are more prosperous. So that is how they're prosperous.
Narrator, Xiaolan said softly. For some reason, hearing her tone of voice made my heart tremble. I vaguely felt that her tone had unconsciously become exactly the same as that woman's.